shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks. What a beautiful day it is today. We'll say we ruined that by annoying a pretty big portion of the Ninjago community. Okay, but seriously now, today's one may be pretty controversial, but I've seen this entire Llorumi ship pop up quite a lot recently, and wanted to give my take on this, and explain why I personally have trouble understanding the logic behind the entire ship, and also why I find it to be outright kind of bad. I would also recommend you watch the entirety of the video, just simply because I want you to understand the full scope of what I'm trying to say here. Oh, and quick shameless plug time, but if you do end up enjoying today's video, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It would truly help me and the channel out so much. So, Llorumi, also known as Lloyd x Harumi, it is the ship between the two. Now, ever since these two started to become a thing at the very beginning of Season 8, this has been an established ship within the Ninjago community. However, it has resurfaced a lot recently for pretty obvious reasons. Harumi, of course, is back and has returned in Crystalized, and so it's pretty easy to understand why this ship would be making a comeback in the community. So to start with, in my eyes, this entire Harumi and Lloyd couple idea falls apart pretty much instantly. Lloyd was the victim in this situation, and as we all know, Harumi never really had any feelings for Lloyd as far as we know. Definitely not in Season 8. She was using Lloyd and was creating a fake, distorted relationship with him in order to make her entire plan hit 10 times harder. To cut it simply, everything Harumi did in Season 8 was part of her huge revenge plan. She wanted Lloyd to suffer both mentally and physically, hence why she started to kindle this extremely fake relationship with him. That on its own is enough to realise their entire relationship was flat out extremely toxic from the very beginning. Shipping these two together feels simply wrong to me. It's almost just kind of uncomfortable. Now yes, I do absolutely understand if you ship these two characters in your entirely different world and story of sorts, if that makes any sense. Simply just taking these two characters and shipping them under entirely different circumstances, I have no issue with that, of course. But shipping these two characters together in a romantic relationship as it is, it just doesn't really sit right with me. Now, this video is not meant to be an attack on anyone that does ship these two together. Ultimately, I have nothing against people that do ship Lloyd and Harumi. I simply just question the logic behind it a lot. Like, a lot, seriously. I think it's one of those things that I'll never really be able to understand, to put it simply, because once you boil all of this down into its simplest form, this ship is essentially shipping a victim with the abuser, which to me is just really quite strange. Oh, I'll say it again, an abuser with the victim in a ship, in a romantic relationship, it just doesn't really work, and I do not see anything romantic about it, and I don't see how this can be a proper ship in the first place. It's totally fine if you're just like disregarding the canon events of Ninjago and are just taking two characters and shipping them together in your own a different way, but as it is, it just doesn't work at all, and I really question the logic behind it, and I just simply think it's outright kind of terrible to ship these two together. Now, with all of this being said, I feel as though I've said everything that I wanted to. Hopefully you can all understand my point here, even if you do disagree. With this being said, please do feel free to leave your own thoughts on all of this down in the comment section, but remember, please do keep it civil. If you enjoyed this video here, please do leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so that you can be the first to watch my new content whenever I do release it. With this being said, that's all from me. Goodbye.